And now they are 3-3. We're off to a much like they've done the alliance, right? Both teams started out really badly, and here they are poised to qualify to the playoffs if they win this series.
Yeah, they are kind of in a must-win situation. I think even if they lose, they could find themselves in some tiebreaker scenarios where they advance. Do you agree with those odds that they're favored? Even though Viking GG has the better record of the two teams.
I do believe Nigma is the better team overall, but I also think momentum exists in Dota, and I think Viking GG's got some great momentum going for them. They've looked really confident and just clean over the last few series that we've watched them. I'm looking forward to the level 25 Darkseer timing this game, if we can manage to make it to the 50, 60 minutes into the game.
Think that happens in a Meepo game?
Yeah.
I realized, I did some digging. I was like, all right, BSJ, what am I going to ask you about Meepo? I did some digging. 5 games, 20% win rate on Meepo. You have 1 Meepo win on your main account.
Yes, it is one of my most prideful moments. Like, I'm very proud of it. That moment for me, carrying my team on my back and then saying, I just never have to play this hero again. I've proven my worth.
You finished the All Hero Challenge.
Yeah, I did do like a charity stream the other week, and I had to play Meepo as one of my goals. And let me just tell you, thank you to all the 4K players out there that carried me as I went like 2-8 in the 4K bracket on Meepo. So I have even more respect for people like Weehaw if they're able to play the hero in competitive, because I can barely win in the 4K bracket. But moving on, I was just memeing, but Meepo is not exactly the core I would envision playing with Darkseer. Like, that seems a bit strange to me. Usually we see like the Ursas, the Weavers, these heroes that get surged up and go. In this case, maybe Ember as well. I'm definitely curious how Mind Control plays the game, because usually you're about that surge in terms of enabling your teammates. In this game, I think it's more important that he's an aura builder, and how they're going to make use of that Ion Shell in the mid-game is yet to be determined in my eyes.
Also, perhaps surprisingly, is the safe lane Mars.
Yeah.
Played in the 1 position. I've not seen this ever before in competitive Dota myself. We started seeing it played in the 2 position. A lot of the CIS teams, like Dendy and stuff, were playing it mid, but not safe lane.
Maybe with the IO, it's a bit different, and obviously he's not really the carry of the team, right?
Yeah.
You have the Meepo in the mid lane, and Meepo is kind of like Alchemist, where your entire lineup just builds around him, and it's okay if you have pretty much no other carry in the game that's meant to scale. And if you need some team fight from your safe laner, I think it's reasonable that you can leave the Mars there. But doesn't look like he's doing too hot. I guess top lane, it's odd. You see 12 and 10 in the bottom lane between the 2 cores, but then in the top lane they have 7 and 4. So looks like there's a lot of brawling in this one instead of CSing.
Whereas Nigma, Darkseer's just been cutting waves behind the tower, so there's no fighting going on except between heroes and creeps. So DK,
that's my kind of fighting in the NA region, K-Kona.
DK, not a hero that cares about this. He's got plenty of armor and sustain underneath the tower. Darkseer,
Mind Control,
also happy.
Oh, the ward, the meta game. They've probably studied some replays, Celery here. That's really pretty much the only way I can imagine him knowing there's a ward there. Mind Control ninja'd his courier into the trees. This lane cutting metagame has really developed very quickly, with the courier usage especially. Harpy being quite annoying here.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to get your items out. At the same time, if you're Viking GG, getting your items out past his Darkseer's annoying, and for Darkseer, he needs to get his courier across the entire freaking map. So definitely has shaken things up quite a bit. As we see Mind Control currently 20 last hits. Right now, top of the CS charts with a couple heroes not far behind him. And he is doing A-OK as Celery's coming in to try and make sure he gets some of those denies and messes a bit with those last hits. But
I never really knew this Harpy had 3 mana regen. It's kind of ridiculous.
It used to have like a 300 mana pool too.
Yeah, they've nerfed that several times, but somehow this 3 mana regen makes it so it doesn't seem that impactful that they removed the mana pool. I was watching, I'm like, this thing always has mana.
Toby and Aramis getting aggressive on the top lane. Miracle will shrug it off for the most part with the IO heals. They may turn this one around and get themselves a first blood. 1 or 2 more right clicks on the Rubik. The Abaddon did get the silence, but unable to bring down Miracle. The sustain from GH's IO proven to be a bit too much. And first blood going Nigma's way.
It just doesn't seem like Mars is having a great lane for a hero that you'd think is a pretty strong laner that usually wins in the off lane. I'd be curious to find out exactly why that a laner that's this powerful in the off lane doesn't do that well in the safe lane with an IO especially. Kind of odd, but I think it's just going to come down to the pace of the game here. You're going to have the Meepo. He's going to hit that timing really hard, but then on the other side, you have a lot of mid-game team fight. Abaddon DK, one of my favorites in terms of a duo. You have the Abaddon and the DK walk down lanes. Monkey King should naturally be able to rotate to them and set up the team fights. So I think one or two early kills one way or the other could heavily sway the outcome of this game.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like all three of Viking GG's cores will be coming online fast, ready to fight, ready to push, take towers, and you've got a Chen to back it up. So far, Celery doing a lot to try and mess with Nigma. First mind control, now with Kuro, who's going to take the bounty room, may pay for this with his life, but Boom's rotated in, and Kuro should be in all sorts of trouble. There's a boundless strike as well. He tries to line up too. He misses the Darkseer, but they're still going to go for this kill. Mind control wants the Celery kill. Is he going to get it?
Wow.
Yes, he does. He eats his vegetables and will die for it, but be quite happy with that one.
I wonder if he could have almost made it away because there was no boundless strike instead of going for the chin kill, but
Oh, just ran back to base, yeah.
maybe he figured the odds of that were low enough that it wasn't worth even the chance of surviving and just having to walk back to base anyway.
Yep.
It's just scary. As you see, like, brawl back and forth in one safe lane while the other safe lane's just chilling. And Abaddon doesn't really mind this. He's a hero that will do its job with very little items.
So even if he dies here, you're okay?
It's not good, right? But out of all the cores on Viking GG's side, if Abaddon is powerful based on how powerful the people he's shielding are. Like, so if they're having two good starts on the other two cores, then Abaddon drawing attention to himself in the top lane like this is perfectly fine. If you're like feeding to a Slark in a 2v1 lane and they're investing like no resources, that's not okay as Abaddon, right? But if you're getting 3 heroes to randomly show up in your lane, meanwhile your other 2 cores are absolutely free farming, your DK's hitting a tier 1, that's actually a pretty good situation. I would feel good about that if I was an off-lane Abaddon in this game.
Yeah. He probably looks at his safe lane in mid and thinks, wow, these lanes are kind of being at least slightly won, or both doing well. The Monkey King Racing getting involved, so, and he knows how his lane's going, which is, he's got 30 CS, he's got a decent amount of XP, so as far as this early game goes, Viking GG got to feel pretty good about it. They're up 1,000 gold already, but of course this is all before the Meepo really starts coming online and getting involved with that first item or two.
He even went bottle on Abaddon, so he's all about just sustaining and being a nuisance in the top lane. Abaddon's the hero that you just need to keep continuously fighting off as they do go on Rubik top with the spear, and he got shielded, but it's just not enough because they had the follow-up cask, and he does go down. But this is 3 heroes. Like, this is not a minimal investment. That this is what the Abaddon does well, and it's just it's a situation that's hard to create in the current patch, and that's why we don't see him very often. But it's like, if you don't deal with this Abaddon, your carry's going to continuously get hit. He's not going to be able to do anything. You're going to lose your tower. So you have to fight the Abaddon like this, but it's just such an uphill battle. You have to bring 3 heroes to kill anybody because shield is so powerful. And yeah, this is definitely a rare case where I really like the Abaddon pick, but
This
he
is
might be in
perhaps
some
one
trouble.
death too many.
Yeah. No, he's actually...
TP out.
No way. Oh, I was like, he might live with a shield, and he did.
Did the math. 25 health or so at the end there. Looks like mid lane Boom dropped a Wukong's command. It seems he was going for a Meepo kill. Meepo getting
I think he was
kind of low
assuming
there.
he's in the trees or something, or...
Yeah, the main Meepo is down to 400 health, so maybe he caught him, but didn't have the follow-up.
Probably barely got the poof off before the Rubik got in range or something.
But a lot of pressure coming from Viking GG early on towers. Mid-tier 1 tower getting low. The bottom we saw the DK pressuring. Although, it did end up going down. Not sure if he got the last hit or not. Darkseer using that wall earlier to make DK illusions and defend it. But now Viking GG turn their attention towards the mid-tier 1. We're going to quickly see Nigma's side of the map feel a whole lot smaller with these towers dropping this early on.
This is exactly how you counter Meepo. I'm sure people deal with this way too much in their pubs, and that's why the hero's even more dominant in like low-level pubs, is because his only limitation on Meepo is death, right? Like, if he's allowed to take in the entire map of farm without being scared of dying, he's going to be the fastest farming hero in the game. So taking his towers and shutting off his real estate is the most important thing you can do. As Viking looks to invade. I don't know how this is going to work out, though.
Yeah, this Mars is going to spear him into an arena, and
that's a question mark for sure.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting the Mars to show up as well, but they smoked right into a trap.
Yeah, that's a safe lane Mars. That's where he is. Yeah, I agree with you. It looked like they didn't expect that, but what do you expect exactly? They have the IO relocate too? I guess he just got that, so maybe they were trying to make a rotation happen before that came online, but Toby? Getting Kobe'd into the tree here.
Yep. Has not leveled the ultimate just yet. Doesn't have the skill point either, so he could be in some trouble, but a 3-hero Boundless Strike will bail him out.
By the hurl boulder from the golem, and Shad the Chad is going to look to take the outpost. Is actually messing up a bit. Okay, whew. He calling bladed a tree, but it wasn't the right one. Vacuum? Only gets one. Yeah,
unfortunately. And Mind Control.
Might pay the price for that.
Yeah. Shad runs in, wants to get this bounty rune. Yep, the lift will make sure it goes the way of Viking GG. And another stun should be up in a couple of seconds. Yep, he's going to go for this kill.
Nice
Mind Control in trouble. Yep. They find the kill, but the punish is coming. Yeah, the relocate in with the ensnare. They're going to catch out the Rubik. Looks like they're going to leave Aramis. Just happy the DK gets out and survives. And Kuro, well, he's a witch doctor. Not much he can do against the Monkey King who jumps on top of him. As Nigma are going to continue to watch their towers get pressured.
Yeah, I was originally watching Shad's item choices, and as we see mid lane, we celery.
Yeah. He's still alive though, and with Toby TPing in, he keeps him alive with a shield and a heal, and all right, saves Celery's life.
I was watching Shad's build, and he was originally going for the Virgin Armlet, but now he's going for the Chad Radiance. You know, I dig this. You're against the Meepo. You just need to scale. He can't build MKB. He's never going to build a BKB. Like, they're not going to have a pipe on the same time you have this. Darkseer's not even close yet. Mars isn't going to build one because it's more of a safe lane Mars going for the initiation. So this Radiance is going to be quite potent. It's going to cancel out the regen items from Io. I really like this because especially since he had a good start. And this is the impact of the laning stage that we were talking about, why Abaddon's okay with what's been happening. Okay. I don't know if he's okay with this, though, as he has no ultimate. He saved his point.
Well, he's not saving it.
I'm saying he was saving his point, and then he leveled his heal to save Chen. Yeah, I missaid that, but people do that quite often, and usually like, okay, it's fine. I just won't die before I get level 8. And you just see he's about 100 XP away from level 8, so that's just a tough one for him. Shad might be getting dove. No, they don't have arena, so he's just chilling. Faded Brooch on DK is the dream, by the way. I guess it's the dream on pretty much everybody.
I was just about to say, I feel like I've heard it's the dream on so many heroes at this point. Like, oh, Death Prophet, the dream. Oh, Leshrac, you know, the dream.
He got a recalled top on Shad, but so this is a very efficient rotation as they saw the Mars plus Io be bottom. They might relocate. Oh, they're TPing.
This is risky. They get the DK illusion. They're going to charge forward. Shad gets trapped inside the arena, gets speared now into the walls as well, so a lot of damage coming out on him with the Boundless Strike. Wukong's command, he's being kept alive, but not for much longer. Toby couldn't get there in time with the shield. Instead, he's going to shield up Boom, but Boom's taking too much damage. He's trapped inside his Wukongs, and it's not looking too pretty for him as Abaddon, Tanky the Death Ward, is going to get caught by an ensnare, chased down. Still no borrowed time for him, and Aramis.
Wait, really? Oh my God, he's still the same XP. Holy crap! Ooh. That's such a costly skill point that he put there.
Flying coconuts.
Killed him twice now. Oh, is it coming for Aramis?
Yeah, it's coming.
Oh, doink. CS? Doink. Oh, dude, if that would be the most clutch CS, man. Just didn't get it though.
So you see Nigma's team fight here, and they're looking pretty scary because I think they see this DK and they're like, yeah, I don't think he even had the relic for that fight, so it's like...
Yeah, he just got it.
This is a Treads Bracer DK. If anything, that means... I mean, essentially, Nigma have like a 3-4K gold advantage in a team fight because this DK just had all this stocked up money that he hadn't been spending.
They're going to hit this ridiculous timing where they have DK ult level 2 for the splash. They're going to have the Radiance, and then Abaddon's going to get his ultimate, and he'll be sitting with the DK. So that's what we're going to be looking for. And if they can get something done with that, they can definitely turn the tides of what's currently been happening. But I'd say 1 or 2 more slip-ups like that, and this game could quickly end for Viking GG. As Team Nigma looks like they want to go again. Oddly enough, the IO's in the smoke. It makes sense that Miracle would be it with the Blink Dagger recently acquired, but you'd think you'd want everyone to be able to show up. It looks like Weehaw is rushing the E-Blade 200 gold off, so he's not going to have it in time for whatever engagement this smoke's going to lead to, if there is one.
The DD room was...
Spear.
Oh, yeah, he pushes Miracle out, TP away.
He's Gucci.
He is. Nicely played. Denies the DD rune away from a Meepo who could have used that for nefarious purposes.
Yep, Chad used his ultimate to get the farm for the Radiants. I like that. Nothing matters more than his next timing.
Yeah, it seems like Viking GG are just happy to slow things down a bit, finish a few of these key items. Abaddon still trying to get the Vlads. Monkey King's had the Echo Saber looking for his next item. There's a BKB queued up, so they decide they're in no rush.
I can't imagine Meepo's good against DK. He took the 30% Breathe Fire damage reduction talent. That's 55% damage reduction that Meepo cannot get rid of.
Yep.
On all the Meepos, as that's a gank tank coming out from Celery. Back to the cutting board for him.
Nigma.
Did they get all the bounty runes? No, looks like
hunting.
Viking is able to take the other ones on Armis. Boom. Oh, the nice find by Miracle. Spearing-wise on top of the tree, but they just reload.
Where'd Io
Wait,
go?
what?
He reload bottom.
No, they reload back?
No, he reload to go grab the runes, I guess?
Oh my god!
Really confused by what just happened.
They just reload to go to the runes. You're right. That is exactly what just happened.
Reload out, left Miracle alone, and yeah,
and then Weehaw stayed around to help him get out, and then Kuroki stayed around to help Weehaw get out. Oh my god, this is a disaster.
This is very rare miscommunication coming from Nigma as they get picked apart one by one.
Oof.
Feed away some kills, and Viking GG into the Roche pit. You've got Abaddon. I believe they've got the Vlads now
Vlad's
as well.
on Abaddon. We've got Echo Saber going BKB on Monkey King. We've got Mech coming out for Chen after this is done. And still Stolen Spear from Rubik, so that could have quite some impact in the next engagement. And this Radiance, when you have Abaddon, you can afford to go these types of items. You have very effective HP on DK.
Hold that thought. They're coming to contest this one.
I don't know about this.
They've got some scary team fight, but Mars gets stunned before he can use the arena, and the follow-up stun is there with the Boundless Strike. The Iron needs to come in to save him. Gets a nice burst heal off. Miracle's still in all sorts of trouble. He just drops the arena to try help his escape, and it will keep him alive.
Wow.
He survives. Meepo on the backline's killed off the Rubik as well, but now with the Chen, Hand of God, healing everyone up there, trapped in the wall. It's a perfect Darkseer. Radiance Illusion turning Viking GG's DK on himself, and Nigma have obliterated Viking GG by the Roshan pit, and now they will claim Roche for themselves.
I would have just never imagined they could win that fight, but the fact that they went on Miracle and they have so much sustained damage on Viking GG, but very little burst damage, and Miracle just tanks so much effective damage here.
GH's Io. He's well known for this hero with good reason.
Oh, that's just so brutal to watch. They probably did like 2,000 damage to Miracle there, and it just doesn't matter. As Weehaw was cleaning up the supports in the back, and then the vacuum wall.
Yeah. Once you make that DK illusion.
Yeah, DK illusion is pretty busted this game for sure.
All over. Well, suddenly Nigma up 10 kills in a 4K gold lead are feeling pretty happy with themselves. They're the ones who claim Aegis.
The one kill.
And it's a Meepo draft. You want to make sure you have Roche control when you're playing with Meepo.
Absolutely. He's got the E-Blade done as well. The Aquila as his neutral item is a pretty solid neutral item for him. Also has the Shadow Blade on Weehaw, so he's going to start running around the map, being a huge kill threat as long as they aren't sticking as 5. So Viking GG is effectively going to lose a lot of efficiency on the map, even though they have this Radiance. Maybe Monkey King can look to play alone, but even then, that's tough. Just because the Shadow Blade into instant initiation, the Mars Blink, the vacuum to find you on trees, it's very hard to split up at all on the side of Viking GG. And when you have Abaddon, you want to be able to group up and take objectives, but then you also want to be able to split up into groups with Abaddon sitting behind one hero and then another hero farming somewhere else. And this recipe of items for Team Nigma is not going to allow that.
Nigma looking to cinch their spot in the playoffs. A win here would see them advance alongside Viking GG. So Viking GG, what they're playing for is a place in the upper bracket. Should they win, they can finish top 2 in the groups. Should they lose, however, they will still be in the playoffs in the lower bracket.
It's in the middle of them.
Scouting on everything.
Oh, he's going to get the chin in the back. Centaur.
Easy, quick pick off. Central stun not there. The Darkseer wall coming out as well with the Mars Arena trapping Viking GG. They cannot get out of this one, but maybe they're going to go on Miracle. Yeah, he's just going to turn, shrug off all that damage with the IO heals, keeping him alive. It's just a Kuro kill who's brought back for this fight as well. Shad now in full retreat. He's in all sorts of trouble with the mallow damage. He's been ensnared as well. A follow-up ensnare is going to miss. Shad still should be going down here. Turns for a breathe fire. He's going to get right-click down, though, as Toby in trouble as well. The relocate going to give him a nice warm welcome, as GH and Miracle should be able to finish off this kill. Cass going to catch up to him. And there's the spear into the wall. They're just diving the basin. Uh-oh, he pulled him out. That's not what he was going for. Wait, he speared him to the low ground?
Yeah, it's weird. You don't spear him into that wall. You only spear him into the wall if they're going from low ground to high ground.
Okay.
And so there was a tree that was outside of the base that he actually got speared to, oddly enough. But I do want to commend, this is big shout out, big props to Miracle. Carry player that knows how to butt spear. Let me just say that right now. That is impressive. He has actually used it multiple times in a very impactful manner. You saw it there. He was able to blink past, and without that turn rate slowing you down, he was able to instantly get that impale. But sadly, he got taken away from by GH there.
Full silver edge for the Meepo. So this is why the Shadow Blade
DK,
was picked
Monkey
up.
King,
yeah.
And a Batten. If you eventually get an Orchid, you might want to consider a Bloodthorn on Meepo, right? Based on the Radiance and the fact that you can kill a Batten, might be worth considering, oddly enough. I don't know, it might be a game-ruining item for Meepo.
We'll see if he considers that one, but he's just charging forward. No answer to the Weeha Meepo.
Game's probably going to be over before that.
Being caught out by this pick. They had no real Meepo answers with their first 4 heroes, other than maybe the DK, you could argue. Miracle with another butt spear into the tier 3 tower, gets the DK pushed back, and without a BKB, there's no chance for survival. There's a DK illusion now on the side of Team Nigma with the vacuum wall, and Viking GG are just melting in their own base. Monkey King speared back once again. It's going to be another kill, picking for the Lycans. Nigma just clean up, team wipe Viking GG, and this could be an early GG as they're diving the fountain. They're going in with the bulwark. Miracle's tanking it. He aggro's it off. It's a rampage. That's why they dived it. They give it to Weeha, and they get the GG call.
That game ended fast.
It's the perfect Dota ending, you know.
Yeah.
A fountain dive into a rampage, into a GG call. Viking GG, they knew they were done.